Hey guys, I'm very happy that today I'm doing the 13th episode of Soundcheck with Diwash Gahatraj. And on the phone lines from Ranchi, Jharkhand, I have three band members of Magic Bridge. I have with me Gaurav, Jimmy, and Jack, and I'm really super excited to speak with them. So, without further ado, let's begin the
Soundcheck with Diwash Gahatraj.
फिर से मिलेंगे साथ चलेंगे अब ना रुकेंगे हम फिर से मिलेंगे साथ चलेंगे अब ना रुकेंगे हम
Hey guys, welcome to the podcast.
Hey, hi Diwash, how are you?
Hi Diwash.
Hi Diwash.
Greetings.
Hi. So, who all are there today for the podcast?
First of all, I want to say thank you so much for inviting us to your show.
It's my pleasure, man.
Yeah, so I am the vocalist, I'm Gaurav, I'm here and
I'm Jimmy. I play lead guitar for my band.
I'm Jack. I play guitar for my band, for the Magic Bridge.
we have our drummer who is not here right now, he is Viren, and our bassist Sachin. They are not here right now, so we are doing this.
Okay. So, what's up with the lockdown scene there in Ranchi?
Same, I will say the same as like lockdown. This pandemic has affected not only the scene of Ranchi, but the whole scene of like the India, and it has affected the scene globally. We were before the pandemic, we were doing shows, we were getting sold, getting shows. So like same as all the places, I will say. It's quite challenging.
Yeah, but one thing is that environment is clean. We can go out and enjoy the nature, and we can see the waterfall here in Ranchi. The roads are all empty. And
Yeah,
everything
right.
is cool. Yeah.
It rained so much, more than regular this
And
year.
everywhere, me and Jack, we stay on the fourth floor, and we see everything green. That's the best part. Yeah.
So, guys, tell me about the musical scene, independent music scene in your place, Ranchi.
Okay, so we have here, the metal scene here is quite nice, and people here play metal a lot. And then we listen to classics also, like Eric Clapton, Beatles. They also play those kind of music here. Those are the influences that we have. Even we have, Beatles and Eagles, and we have, grown listening to them.
But if you talk about this, the scene, the music scene, the band scene of Ranchi, the metal scene is really good here. There are really good bands, good metal bands out here. And one of the band, they had gone to Hornbill also. They have participated in Hornbill also. And the drummer of that band, he won the best drummer over there. So Ranchi scene is there are really good bands out here, especially the metal
Bands, yeah.
But
Exactly.
there are not much platforms for the bands to play. Like bands will go and perform regularly. It's not much of a scene for the rock bands.
So, what is the genre of your band, Magic Bridge?
So we play blues and jazz, hard rock, because we grew up listening to all kind of music like Pink Floyd, Led Zeppelin, The Doors. So so we play mostly hard rock, blues, jazz, everything. Only the lyrics is Hindi, but our music is completely it's completely rock oriented.
This is Jack. Yeah, I'll say that we all come from different genres. Jimmy is a blues and rock and roll player. Gaurav has an Indian classical background. I'm a rock guitar player. So we wanted to blend our music without compromising any genre. So that was a crucial part.
It's like having all of the ingredients and mix it at once, and make something new out of it.
Interesting. So, Jack, tell me, how did Magic Bridge happen?
The band formed in 2014. So actually 2014 I used to play for another band, and Gaurav used to play with some other band. So through one of our friend, one day Gaurav came to me and he asked me to play for his band. Actually his band, they were going for the competition,
IIT Kharagpur.
IIT Kharagpur competition, Spring Fest, you must be knowing. So he asked me, if you could play for one show. And I said, okay, why not, man? Let's go. Let's give it a try. Because at that point of time, I was not playing for any band. So we formed a band, fresh band, and we made a couple of our originals, and we practiced for 2-3 days, and we went to IIT KGP. And I don't know how we won the second prize over there. After coming from there, me and Gaurav, like we
started to compose more
we started
music
meeting
and
each other. We started jamming, every day, and we have started composing music. So that time we formed our band. Then Jack came, and then he also helped us, composing few songs of Magic Bridge.
So 2014 to 2020,
20, yeah.
right? 2020. So good long years now.
So that time, Diwash, that time I was in Delhi, but when these guys met, I was teaching guitar over there. In 2014, I decided to came back to my hometown. And when I came back, I saw that these guys have formed a band, and they had come up with a different sound. So I joined the band, and then we like continued for like another like year or something. Like we are still playing. Then we decided to take a dig in Delhi. The whole band we shifted to Delhi to do something because there was not much of a scene happening in Ranchi. So I will say the Magic Bridge sound which came up, that was in Delhi,
Yeah, it was in
So
Delhi.
like Delhi,
Okay,
like
okay.
like how it is in the big cities, like you've got this small tiny places to live, because like rents are too high. One of my friend, like I used to play with him. He is also a drummer, but he quit a long back. But he owns a V drums, which was in Delhi, which was a big deal for us. We could have practiced very easily without making much of a noise. So we used to put on our earphones and practice in a tiny room. And that time we like started found the sound and started doing the stuffs we are doing right now.
So Jimmy,
Yeah.
how difficult it is to survive as an independent band in a small city, tier 2 city like Ranchi?
It's quite difficult, man. Like, especially if you play English music, if you're playing blues, jazz, and hard rock, it's very difficult for them, especially in Ranchi. Many artists are there in Ranchi. They played trio set and duo set. They are good. Like, they get shows, okay, here, like in private events and corporate events. They get shows easily. But for a rock band, it's quite difficult.
Yeah.
We hardly get shows here.
But I'll say there's a plus point also because only those people calls us who wants to listen to us.
Yeah, exactly.
So that is a plus point where we get
In
it.
a way, yes, because you're getting the right audience.
Right audience,
audience,
yes,
You
right.
You won't land up in a concert where they'll ask you to sing one Hindi song.
Exactly.
Right.
Sing a Hindi song.
So we have a small audience here. Like they listen to our kind of music. So we get shows, but not like the other bands.
Okay, so Jack, Jimmy, and Gaurav.
Yeah.
Are you guys full-time musicians?
Yeah, we are.
Yeah, we are full-time musicians.
We are doing it full time.
Oh, okay. So it must be difficult then, no?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It's when it's the only thing from where you can earn and everything, you can have your livelihood. It's difficult to
But-
survive in this time. Financially, you just shake for a bit. you know.
Yeah, but we manage. Like when we are not, especially I'm talking about like me. When I'm not getting shows, like I teach music. That is my primary source of income.
So in this lockdown, we can get more time to do our music and compose and write and be in isolation and all.
Yeah.
So it's a good time to create something.
So guys, I know that Jack and Jimmy, you guys are brothers. Gaurav is your friend. So Jack and Jimmy, what are your music? Who are your musical influences?
I'll just speak about one person, my dad.
Yeah.
Like, my
I was
dad
going to
is a
say.
very well-known musician in our city. Back in 80s and 70s, my dad's elder brother. So one day, he had they used to listen to these bands like Ventures, Shadows, these like CCR. One day, he brought a guitar when my dad was small. After that, my dad picked up the guitar and through my kaku, my dad's elder brother, so he got introduced to these such music like CCR and Shadows. So he picked up guitar and doing music. He got interest. So I will say our influences are dad. And my dad formed a band. The first band in Ranchi, the first rock band was formed by my dad in Ranchi.
Yeah.
It was Reaction, the band called Reaction in 70s. My dad went to KJP also in 1982. That time he was pursuing his MBA from XISS. He won the best lead guitar player and best vocalist 1982. So we grew up, he used to listen to Eric Clapton, CCR, Eagles, Dire Straits, everything from 70s, 80s you can imagine.
So there was a musical, background.
We have got
exactly.
a very strong musical background. I
Yeah,
will say.
exactly.
All my brothers and sisters, they all play. So
And,
we've got a very strong musical background.
Right. And when I was in school, I think when I was in class 4 or 5, I was into cricket. Jack was interested in music. Jack and one of his friend, so they formed a band, only a drummer and a lead guitar. And the whole day they used to play, something like Guns N' Roses, everything. They wanted someone to back them up, like as a rhythm guitar or as a bass.
We were looking for a rhythm guitar player.
Yeah, they used to call me, why are you playing cricket? Come and play rhythm for us every day. And I used to say them, no, I want to play cricket. No, let me go. No, I'm getting late for the practice. Let me go. One day I realized, they called me up, today we are jamming, so come over and play rhythm. So that day I was playing with them, and I was enjoying, like, okay, wow, it's nice, it's
That
fun,
is-
it's fun, like playing with a band, it's fun. So that time I decided, like, okay, like I want to play guitar, like. So I also started covering those songs, like which my dad used to play, like Tears in Heaven. Like the first song I learned from my dad was Tears in Heaven, and following his influences like Led Zeppelin, Doors, and like covering all the artists right from the 70s and all. So that's how I got
Quite an
music.
early start, no?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
It was
an
back
early
then,
start.
it was-
Yeah.
Yeah, so Gaurav, tell me about your musical, background. Did you have
Yeah,
a family
no. I don't have a background. Nobody in my family did any music and anything. I'm just the first person who is doing music, like also full time. So it's quite strange. So I started music. I was 6, and my mom sent me to this music, class, Indian classical, and I was going there to have fun. And someone just took me there, and the bicycle, and I just went to have fun. And influences. I'll talk about so many classical singers I have heard, Ghulam Ali, Nusrat Fateh Ali Khan, Rahat Fateh Ali Khan, then later Kailash Kher, and then KK. KK is my all-time favorite vocalist. I have,
Mine too.
there's nothing bigger than KK,
Right.
Oh wow! And even I love KK. I love KK.
KK is
He's
love.
amazing.
Just, he is the best.
I was going crazy with the song "Aapki Dua."
Yeah.
Oh, that.
I still remember
We used
the
to
video.
we used to play in school and college,
Yeah.
Yeah, we grew up like performing these songs.
Yeah,
you know.
KK. We play a lot of KK.
Yeah, we still play this song like KK, like.
That riff is so catchy, no? That "Aapki Dua" wala riff.
That album has like many elements like of like rock and roll, blues.
Oh yes.
Yeah,
yes.
they played everything in that
jazz.
same album.
They are
Yeah.
playing fretless
You
bass,
can
Yeah.
hear you can hear fretless bass. You can hear that Roland sound, Hammond sound and acoustic guitar.
I think for independent music, the mid '90s was the best time.
Yeah. You're right. It was a
So
great
many
time.
good
The
music.
good albums were coming, and KK was there.
Sajad Ali, Bolo Bolo,
Junoon.
Sajad Ali.
Junoon was there,
Strings.
Fusion was there,
Strings for that
Strings were
matter.
there, yeah.
They played
Strings
rock.
happened, yeah. Strings also happened the same time, no? So guys, do you listen to the popular music abhi ke din mein, like current contemporary?
We listen to it. We are passing by, or we are sitting somewhere in a club or in a pub or lounge. People playing those music, and that's fine. Everyone has their taste, and
Yeah, exactly.
that's cool.
When it comes to popular music for me, I like listen to Elton John and George Michael.
I like John Mayer. I listen
John
to
Mayer.
John Mayer.
We love John Mayer.
Do you guys listen to the contemporary independent music scene?
So many musicians, every day when I go on Spotify, and I get a lot of people there, and they are making music, and they just made one song, but that song is really nice. So it's, you just hooked on independent musicians, Ankur Tiwari and Bharat Chauhan, and those kind of musicians who are just playing alone. Yeah, solo musicians, and not managing a band and playing in a band is a very different thing,
Playing
and
solo is
it
very
takes a lot of
convenient, I would
effort.
say.
Correct.
Yeah, it
correct.
takes a lot of effort and work and time and coordination.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So guys, enough of talking. Can you play one song for the listeners from your last album, the 7 songs which you released? Fir se milenge, right? That was the name of the album.
Yeah, फिर से मिलेंगे. Yeah. Okay, sure.
Okay.
Sure. We would love to.
फिर से मिलेंगे साथ चलेंगे अब ना रुकेंगे हम फिर से मिलेंगे साथ चलेंगे अब ना रुकेंगे हम रात यही है तू भी यहाँ खामोशियाँ कर दे बयां तू जो नहीं मेरे पास था बेचैनियाँ थी मुझ में रवा फिर से मिलेंगे साथ चलेंगे अब ना रुकेंगे हम फिर से मिलेंगे साथ चलेंगे अब ना रुकेंगे हम
Okay, thank you so much, guys. Thank you for playing the song. Okay, so guys, let's talk about the album. Can you tell us कि कैसे बना, कितना साल लगा आपको बनाने के लिए?
So actually we were making songs from 2014 itself.
Yeah. So
But you know we had so many songs, so we thought we'll compile it together, and it's high time, you know, we have to compile it together and let people hear it and see, you know.
then back in 2014, like me and Gaurav, we composed 2 songs like फिर से
फिर से मिलेंगे and तेरा ये
गुमसुम
रिश्ता,
रहो,
तेरा ये
गुमसुम-
रिश्ता,
गुमसुम
yeah.
रहो. We just, he just wrote 2-3 lines. I just, made, the chorus and pre-chorus and, the verse.
And then we started to play for
And-
people around us, and they liked the songs, you know.
Yeah. So that time we decided, okay, let's record this. Let's record it. So that at that point of time, there was no studio in Ranchi. There was no
Yeah.
good studio, no studio, man. So nowadays, like everybody is having their own studio at home.
Yeah.
But at that point of time, there was no studio, nothing. So
Also, this
they-
idea got interrupted because we shifted to Delhi for a while,
right,
you
right.
know. When we came back, then we thought,
Yeah.
now we should record our album.
Right. So what happened? We went to that studio, Satyabharti. So actually, that studio, they used to record, folk songs. So they were not aware about the Western music.
It's a funny story.
Yeah.
We went there, we recorded one song, the whole song we recorded,
Yeah.
and then we never went back.
Yeah.
It's so funny. We never went back, and people from there, called us, and
What
we were like,
happened? I will come, and so we left everything there only.
yeah, the sound was,
was
not something that we were wishing for.
So it was in 2018. So there was one studio, like is a good decent studio, like in Ranchi. So we decided, me and Gaurav and Jack decided, okay, let's start recording our album. So that time we had only 3-4 songs. Okay. So when we got into the studio, then I think half of the songs were composed in the studio.
Yeah.
So like 3-4 songs we recorded, and then after recording 3-4 songs, we were completely blank. What to
So guys, who is the brain behind writing lyrics? कौन लिखता है band में?
Actually, writing we both have done for this particular album. Jimmy and I, we wrote this album, and one song Jack wrote with his friend.
Yeah.
Long back
Actually,
in.
that was not me. One song,
Okay.
like when I had a different band, like that song was written by my ex bandmates. Now they are working in different places.
One song.
But all the
That-
songs now, like all the songs are written by Jimmy and Gaurav now. Nothing from my side.
Okay, so I think all three of you are involved in the process, isn't it?
Yeah.
Basically, yeah.
So guys, I was introduced to Nagpur, Chota Nagpuri folk when I was in class 8. You see, my teacher was from that side of the world, and he taught me one folk song. And I am well aware that there is a very strong folk musical tradition in your part of the world, in Ranchi and Jharkhand, that belt, right? So what kind of work is happening in the folk music there?
The folk is only limited in the rural areas now. People here in town, they are forgetting the roots, you know.
Yeah, roots.
People are not playing folk anymore, and it just limited, restricted to the, you know, rural areas. They are playing there, and when they are having their festivals and everything, they're having those songs, but not in town. We hardly hear those songs or that kind of music in the main town, you know.
The younger tribal people, they are forgetting their, you know, root music. They are into like you know, rap kind of thing.
If you want to like listen to real folk, real music of
Jharkhand.
Chota Nagpur, you will have to go to the rural areas, like to these melas and all, you know,
Yeah.
these rural tribal
Rural festivals
rural
and-
festivals. You'll get to hear these
Yeah.
music, the real music.
Yeah.
But in the city, like what is happening, everything has been like commercialized, like, you know, the lyrics is very cheesy.
Yeah.
Cheesy.
And
Yeah, because if you search on YouTube, you'll find a lot of very badly done, very undermined, you know, quality, extremely poor editing, and sometimes, you know, this fusion they say, you know, and like it's very cool to do fusion music. Sometimes, mostly it's like confusion. It's confusion, no, because you're trying to amalgamate maybe Western and folk.
Yeah.
कभी-कभी खराब बन जाता है उसका मतलब, it doesn't sound good. Yeah?
To blend like different genres, diverse, okay na, you need to know rock जानना वो बहुत अच्छी तरह से rock जानना is, it's not like that you pick up a guitar, play a couple of songs from like any like songs from Nirvana or Guns N' Roses
And
from YouTube
yeah.
and you become a rock player. It's not like that. It's not like that. You have to like understand rock from 1950s. For playing rock, you need to listen to like rock and roll Chuck Berry stuff till from BB King.
Yeah.
You like develop that thing, you know. It takes a lot of hard work and experience. Then you develop that, you know. You started thinking like a rock musician.
Exactly. And if you talk about folk musicians of Chota Nagpur, like they are fantastic, I must say. Like they are wonderful musicians. But you know, they like Kali Shankar, one of the iconic you know, flutists of Jharkhand. Like he passed away, you know, couple of years.
I tell you,
And the saddest part is that they died in deprivation, you know.
deprivation.
They didn't get you know,
I
recognition.
would like to talk about especially about one gem of Jharkhand. Okay, his name was Kali Shankar.
Okay.
He was a phenomenal flute player, and when I was like 1 or 2 years, he used to come to my place. He used to like practice. They like with my dad. They used to practice. He had toured Europe from Tata's. Tata had sponsored him a tour to Europe.
Oh, wow.
He had toured Europe, and you know, like we still have an album. And we've got some recordings from his, like we've got some of his work.
His work.
So he passed away very, like nobody even knew what happened. Like he was selling vegetables. You know?
He was selling
A
vegetables.
man who has toured Europe, a talented
That's
man,
so
a talented
sad.
flute
That is
who
so
has
sad.
toured
It's
Europe.
very
He
sad.
died, and he didn't have any money for his treatment. He died. So that was very disappointing. You know, this is very disappointing for me.
Yeah.
This is what the frightening part also, to, you know, do music full time. It just it makes you, you know,
And
scared also, you know,
Especially in small town.
yeah, especially
And
in small town,
the
you just
most-
don't have financial
the
support.
most challenging part for the artists is, like, I will say, you have to keep your calm. At the same time, you have to keep your calm to create content. At the same time, you have to
Earn
look
money.
for your survival.
Yeah.
At the same time, you have to create content, and at the same time, you have to survive.
Yeah, it is difficult. It's a difficult journey, and that patience is extremely important. Also, important thing is to have a family support. You see,
Right.
Yes, right.
True,
a
true.
strong backing as a strong family. If you have a family and who can say that, come on, you go ahead, I'm there to relieve. So if that kind of assurance is there, I think musicians can take a chance, you know, with whatever they do. So guys, what are your take on the digitization platform, you know, all this, everything that's happening in the digital world and music? Is it helping independent artists?
It's an amazing thing that people from all over the world can listen to your music these days. And all credit goes to all major streaming platforms. Like, you know, it's just a couple of clicks away. You know, if you want to listen to something, it's just a couple of clicks away. So this is a very good thing. It's an amazing thing. You know, I will say the digitalization is very good, very useful tool for the artist, not only for musician but all the artists and all, for everybody who wants to do something.
and it's also became very handy nowadays, you know, all the platforms, it has become really handy for us to reach them.
Yeah, it's very
Yeah.
handy, you know.
Making music and releasing it, you know, it was a big deal back then, and now we can just have out our music
Man, it's
everywhere,
just
and
couple
people
of
can listen
clicks
to
away,
it
you
from all
know.
over the world.
It's just couple of clicks away.
It's mostly useful, yeah. It is. I think all you need is some internet data on your phone, and then once your product is ready, once your sound is ready, all you need to do is just push it to all the streaming platforms, and your music is for the world, and anybody can access it. Did you do any kind of live gigs during this lockdown?
We are planning, you know.
But we were so busy, you know, with this album thing. We were recording, then mastering, and then it was coming out, then we had to promote it, and we were so stuck on these things, so we did not get time to, you know, the whole pandemic thing, we used it for our album.
Yeah, exactly.
So, what are the future plans for Magic Bridge? What's next?
Actually, we are planning to, you know, promote this album, and on the other hand, we are planning to make more music.
More
We don't want to
music.
stop,
Yeah,
you know.
we don't want to stop actually.
We don't want to stop making music. We just, even if it's not going far, it's not our concern. We are
Yeah.
musicians, and we need to create more
Right,
music,
and-
you know.
And I feel that we are running
The
late.
band
now.
is about the band is about only two things, you know. I believe recordings tour. That is my dream.
Yeah, right. Yeah, it should be like that, you know.
I
You
don't know
just,
where our
yeah.
music will reach, where it will be standing after 4 or 5 years.
Yeah.
But the main thing is like let's create music, you know. Let's
Yeah,
keep on
yeah.
playing music.
We believe in that, you know. The more music we create, the more music we play, it just, we get more reach, and we also understand music in a better way.
No, it's nice. No, it's nice. It's so fluid.
Yeah.
Okay, guys. So with this, I would have to end the podcast for today.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And it was so good talking to you guys.
It was same, Divas. It was so
Devas,
nice.
thank you so much for inviting us to
Yeah,
your show.
thank
We
you
really
so much.
appreciate that. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
It was so
Yeah.
much fun to talk to you.
Yeah, it was so much fun for
Yeah,
us,
yeah.
man. It was so refreshing.
So that was Jack, Gaurav and Jimmy from the band Magic Bridge, all the way from Ranchi, Jharkhand. I hope you liked it, and even if you didn't like it, drop in your suggestion to me at diwash.gahatraj@gmail.com, or you can also write in to me on my Instagram and Facebook page, Soundcheck with DG. I'll be back with another interesting musician. Till then, take good care of yourself. Bye bye.